Welcome to your daily dose of hope. I'm Phyllis Nichols, and I'm glad you're here. Today, I want to talk about being uncomfortable versus being unsafe and why the difference matters and why that's hopeful. I know that doesn't seem like it might be connected, but stick with me. There's a powerful difference between feeling uncomfortable and being unsafe, and we know that, but sometimes it's hard to recognize. So today, I just want to talk about how we can navigate that with a little more clarity and some courage and compassion. Uncomfortable can mean we're stretching, we're stepping outside of the familiar, we're encountering new perspectives. It's often the feeling of trying something for the first time, or hearing a hard truth, or being challenged to grow or see something differently. Every now and then, our discomfort comes from being in spaces where we are witness to, or maybe even included in the disparagement or bullying of others or ourselves or a whole group of people. And it's incredibly uncomfortable. I'm not minimizing that at all. But it's not the same as unsafe. Unsafe is when we are subject to potentially real harm or threat, physically, emotionally, or psychologically. Unsafe environments leave us exposed and vulnerable and at risk. There are lots of people in the world who unfortunately deal with real physical danger every single day. It's a daily reality. And so it's important for us not to blur the line between discomfort and danger, especially when we're advocating for justice or inclusion or want to see, circumstances improved for people who are really struggling. A couple of good ways to tell the difference is just to check your nervous system. Are you anxious because this is new, or are you truly feeling threatened? Examine the context. Is this just a disagreement where you have just very different opinions from somebody else? Or are you being bullied and genuinely targeted? Pause and ask yourself, what's really being challenged here, my values or my comfort zone? That for me has really hit home. There are times when I'm incredibly uncomfortable because I'm around people who have values that are much different from my own. And it can feel kind of threatening, but most of the time it is just genuinely discomfort. And I'm learning to not take that so personally and be able to look at things with a different lens in those situations. When we learn to sit with discomfort, we can be braver and stretch into hope. Not the naive kind, but the steady practice kind. The kind that says, this feels hard, but I'm not in danger. I can do this. And importantly, it helps sharpen our ability to see when others are in danger so we can respond with care and with action. Hope doesn't mean ignoring danger or pretending that everything's fine. Of course not. But it means cultivating the strength to face discomfort and the wisdom to know when we or others need protection and support. Let's get better at naming what's hard and holding space for what's true. Difficult things are always going to be a part of life. And that's how we can build a more hopeful world, when we really identify what's truly happening for ourselves and for each other. This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM, Women's Voices Amplified.